Welcome to the MVP.
Man's You Podcast.
Yeah, back again, another week.
Right on time.
Yeah, man.
We are, not for us, but we on time. You ain't gotta know what day this is, but it's here. You know what I mean? We here.
It was yesterday. Shit, you know what I'm talking about? This shit, we record this shit late as hell. One day turnaround. So if the editing ain't that good on this motherfucker, then so what, nigga? I mean, hey, we giving it to you like we said we was gonna give it to you every week. It is what it is. Before we get into anything, my boy Book told us about a job a couple weeks ago.
Oh man,
and he got an update on the job. So I just want to take a couple minutes and let the people know about that update on that job before we get too far into this thing, man.
Well, shout out to everybody who watched, tuned in, sent a prayer up for your boy. I truly and sincerely appreciate it. With that being said, none of your prayers were answered in that capacity. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't waste your time because, it boiled down to the experience. Even though I know I'm definitely qualified to handle the job, I don't have the on hands in my in my you know what I'm saying, in my grasp at the time. So it would have been a learning curve for me, not one that I'm unable to muster, but that's really what it boiled down to. You know what I'm saying? I think I did phenomenal. I didn't talk to you guys after I did my interview, so I went in there, I banged out that interview, man. I'm talking about I shit on everybody. You know what I'm talking about? In a polite way, not a number two, but I was shitting on niggas. You know what I'm saying? And I set the bar. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. I went in there, confident but uncertain. And when I walked away, I said, "Oh, nigga, this is mine." You know what I mean? There was nothing that they posed to me, no scenario given as far as leadership. I know how to speak. I know how to pronunciate. I know how to articulate myself. I took speech in college. I know what not to do, and I know powerful key words that resonate with the audience. I use all of that to my knowledge, all of that to my ability, and I wowed them. And you could see, even though we all had on masks, you could see a nigga facial expressions when I was talking. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't know what to expect because, for one, like I said, I'm making a super leap, you know what I mean, to leadership from where I am, You wasn't expecting that. Why? One, I mind my damn business and I don't talk to a lot of people. When I might just shoot the shit with you, but I don't really get into anything else, You'll never know my ambitions unless I need you to know them. And this was one of those times where they didn't know I had that in me. They know I'm smart, but they didn't know I had that in me. And I'm like, you never asked. You know what I mean? Like, don't ask, don't tell, So, but I went in and I did my thing, man. And I walked away from that interview like, ain't nobody about to do better than me. No way. No way. I don't care what knowledge you have, what experience you got. But, like I said, I can't divulge too much, but ultimately it boiled down to, though I was the phenomenal candidate, it's literally one of those, we got to throw you in the fire right now because of the camp itself. There's no manager up there. There's only the supervisor. So the supervisor has to assume the role of everything. And if you throw me in there, I'm trying to learn on as fast as I can in a fast-paced environment. Ultimately, they might have thought that might be unfair, which is fine. But, I impressed several prominent figures within my company that were also either on a web Zoom call or they were in the room themselves. And I didn't know who was who because I had tunnel vision. I'm focused on the three individuals that's in front of me asking me the questions. I don't know who's behind me. I don't know who's on the side of me. I didn't see no monitor with these people. There was a job fair that morning as well. So, it was done at an apartment complex. I don't know what's going on. It wasn't formal enough. You know what I'm saying? It's set. So, but there was a lot of people there, and they loved what I brought to the table all around. to where I wasn't even on their radar either. But they said that's somebody that we need. Now, I will have other opportunities coming real soon. You know what I mean? Again, doesn't mean just because I didn't get the supervisor title, doesn't mean that what needs to be happening won't or isn't. So I'm just waiting. I'm gonna weigh my options when they're presented. I'm not gonna gamble though. Not gonna gamble and let other shit pass me by. Whoever come with the best thing first, that's what your boy's on, and I'm gonna give y'all an update about that. But shoot, maybe by the next episode or the second episode that we take after this, I'll be in a new role and it'll be a promotion. You know what I'm saying? So truly, like I said, your prayers wasn't answered specifically for this one, but your boy got something. It's grown in the cupboard. You know what I'm saying? So thank you again. This opened up a lot of doors, like I said, that I wasn't expecting. And I'm thankful, man, at the end of the day. Like I told you, I'm gonna be humble in defeat, but be humble if I accept. Man, I'm a work. So thank you. But it is some bullshit. I did want that. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let's get that out. I did want that bitch. You know what I'm saying? But I understand. At the same time. You know what I'm saying? Can't win them all, but I'm a draw. You know what I'm saying? I'm a draw.
Nah, man. You know what I'm saying? We just happy you saw something, you went for it. Don't matter. It don't matter. You went a little high. You still, I don't know if we can talk about it now, but you basically talking around it. Sound like you about to get something else that's still an improvement. So I just want to take a second to say, you know what I'm saying? We proud of you. You know what I'm talking about? That boy went out there and did the thing, impressed him so much that they said, nah, this nigga good. Like,
we gotta find something.
We gotta find something for this nigga. This nigga gotta be in control of somebody. You know what I'm talking about? Like, fuck that. Somebody gotta. This nigga gotta tell somebody what the goddamn do. And so they said, you know what I'm talking about? So you know what I'm saying? So shout out to that. You know what I'm talking about? We always like upward movement, upward mobility, and hey, you know what I'm saying? God don't give us nothing that we can't handle. He know how to navigate that thing. And maybe that job right there was gonna be some bullshit. And he said, "Now I'll put you over here real quick, and then I got you going another path." So shout out to you, and shout out to that situation. You heard?
No doubt.
Yeah. Just wanted to make sure we started off with that. You called me a little early. I didn't want to talk about it on the phone. I wanted to talk about it on the podcast. You know what I'm talking about? I kind of heard we got off the phone with you. I'm like, oh, okay, bye, nigga. So yeah, man. But nah, we proud of you, man. Good shit.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, we got to get into the shits, man. Real quick, I got a couple things to throw out there before we get into what we really want to talk about. Sinbad had a stroke. I want to send prayers out to him. Make sure he get a speedy recovery. You know who Sinbad is, right? You know,
of course, man. Everybody. Yeah. If you don't know Sinbad, you don't need to be watching it. No, you still need to watch us. I don't mean it. You know what I'm saying? But you should know who Sinbad is, though. At the end of the day,
whole legend. And he had a stroke, so I just want to send some prayers his way as well, so he get a speedy recovery and everything's good with him. But I heard that earlier this week, and that kind of was like, damn, that's fucked up. So had a little bad news, a little good news. They said Pope Francis, his Instagram account, he was up there liking booties, so he technically might be in idolatry.
There you go. He with us?
Yeah, he with us. Shout out to Pope Francis.
Being a false prophet. Hey, man. You better find your way.
Shout out to Pope Francis for liking the booty pics.
Damn.
I just want to make sure y'all know about that as well. That was just something I threw out there real quick. But yeah, he was liking that ass. They asked the little girl who he liked the ass of. She's like, I guess I'm going to heaven. They're like, bitch, you don't go to heaven because the nigga liked your ass, nigga. You know somebody, you need to do something else. When Pope liked your ass, you just instantly got a free ride to heaven. That's crazy.
You know, they're gonna spin it and say he was hacked, or you know what I mean, or he don't control his account, you know, something. They gonna you too popular or whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah. I got a publicist. Yeah, whatever.
I went to go look at that nigga account. He looked like a nigga that like ass. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
Yeah, you look like an ass like a nigga. It's better than liking little boys. You know what I'm talking about? Most of them like little boys. So I'd rather like the ass than make sure that nigga was like, nah, we're gonna get this straight right now. I like the ass. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh
Nah,
my
fuck that.
goodness.
I don't like them little boys. You know what I'm talking
Oh Lord.
about? Moving on. NBA free agents has started. A lot of moves has happened. The notable ones that I care about, Lakers, is that my Lakers picked up Montrezl Harrell from the Clippers.
Yeah,
we just re-signed KCP. We got Dennis Schroeder. We got Wesley Matthews.
Smart.
We looking pretty good right now. We making some nice picks. The only reason I brought this up, not to really talk about the free agency as much, but I want to say I apologize to Dwight Howard. And the reason why I said that is because I was calling Dwight Howard all kind of disloyal motherfuckers. Before
That he did, y'all. That he did.
Yeah. Before I got the whole information. People that don't know, Dwight Howard yesterday, early around noon, posted, "I'm coming back to the Lakers. I can't let him go." You know what I'm saying? Basically, like, yeah, I'm a Laker. I'm gonna be a Laker next year. Then come that evening, it said he signed with the Philadelphia 76ers. So I'm like confused. I'm like, why is Dwight? So, instantly, me being the diehard Laker fan that I am, Dwight Howard turned into all kind of bitches and hoes and stuff like that to me. And I'm man enough to say I apologize because I got the real information. Dwight Howard was never offered a contract by the Lakers. They said they was going to ask the management, and he was there waiting, and his agent got scared because there was no interest for Dwight Howard. So they said, in your best interest, so you have money coming in next year, and you got to sign. This is the only contract we got out here. We want you to sign with the Clippers. And he took that information and did what he did. So I want to say publicly, I apologize to Dwight Howard. Thank you for your service. And I understand why you did what you did. You got to feed your family. So I wanted to say that publicly on here. While I'm talking about the Lakers and indulging about my Lakers, any news about your Orlando Magic that you want to talk about?
Hell nah. No, sir. No, sir. We are good over here.
You sure?
What I will say is, I do like our draft pick that we got. We got Cole Anthony. And I'm grateful that he fell to us as far as he did because he is literally to me a top 5 talent. He just had injuries, and obviously with everything COVID, the vid, and we'll get into that, the vid-19. You know what I'm saying? That really, a lot of people wasn't able to see how he would have been able to bounce back in tourney play. You know what I'm saying? Because the NCAA, like I said, was shut down to the COVID-19 situation, the pandemic. So, hey man, I'm grateful for that. I think he will be phenomenal. He's a bigger guard. Not necessarily the defender, but I think Markelle Fultz can, focus on one side of the ball as opposed to two. And, Cole Anthony is a natural scorer. Now we made minor moves to shore up our wing situation, but it's nothing pertinent that makes us like a real contender. We still gonna float around in the 7-8 seed next year, and hopefully avoid having to do a play-in tourney. But I don't see anything that made us like, man, that's the move to make. But we're building for the future. I understand that. So, I'm going to cheer all year for Melo because he did just resign. Mind you guys, we did say we're shooting this on Saturday, so this is all current shit. Melo did just re-sign back with Portland. I don't know if that was the wisest situation, but like I said, it's where he felt comfortable, and it's proven that he was comfortable there. So towards the end of your career, I don't know. Maybe he just realizes, yeah, I'll be in contention to possibly get to the NBA Finals or even a Western Conference Finals, and then just take my chances like that. Or he could have went with the sure thing, but he chose not to. I say the sure thing being the Lakers. I think that they will be there again next year. But I'm gonna cheer for them because I do like to see LeBron do his fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? So I've never gravitated towards any quote unquote best player in the league at the time, except for him. You know what I mean? I never gravitated towards Jordan. I gravitated towards T Mac. You know what I'm saying? Because that nigga was the best. It was close. I'm not gonna say he was the best outright, but it was close when him and Kobe was battling out. That was some close ass shit. You know what I'm saying? And I still think Mac had him in one or two of them years. I'm not gonna lie, because Kobe still had Shaq at the time. So T Mac was by himself doing what he was doing. So I have to give him the nod. That's just me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just think that he was on a different level because he had to be. You know what I'm saying? Not because somebody else wasn't capable. It's just one was forced and one was not. So we saw what the superpowers was like once the other nigga left. All right. So you can have those years. But while you were still paired, nigga, it was my league. I was doing the motherfucking thing. So I didn't get no MVP, but niggas knew when I stepped on the court what time it was. 60! Niggas used to say Kobe, they used to say Tracy. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. So I love them. You know what I'm saying? But I love what the Lakers have done. All the moves that you said. I don't understand some of the people who left, a la Avery Bradley. Like, nigga, you didn't even play in the bubble, and you left for the niggas that we beat. You know what I'm saying? The niggas joined the Heat. That don't even make no goddamn sense. You couldn't even take the Heat in LA, but you gonna join the Miami Heat. It's like, come on, bro, you stupid. But it is what it is, man.
I think it was about the money. He got more money over there. So
yeah, that's probably what it is. Money move. I don't know. Does he qualify to get a championship even though he opted out?
We are giving him a championship ring. Yes, we are.
I wouldn't give him shit, bro. I get that nigga a Dakota ring.
No, we are a classy organization. We thank Avery Bradley because without him, we wouldn't have been first in the West. So he will get a championship ring. That's the kind of classy organization you handle when you come over here to Lakers.
I still get that nigga a bull pop ring. You know what I'm talking about? But that's just me, a ring pop ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? You said no, but I understood why he said no. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, son priority. I understand that. You know what I mean? Family first. So I don't knock him for that, but it's kind of hard for me to reward you when you didn't have to deal with this for 3 months. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to the NBA season, man. 72 games that got listed for the docket. It's finally gonna be some real basketball, not just the tourney, not the bubble shit. Some real basketball with all the sorry teams involved too. Real basketball. Time to pad stats, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Time to pad them stats.
Well, ladies, you can go and come on back in the room. We done talking about sports. We're gonna get to all the women. They love Kevin Hart. We're gonna give a quick review.
Oh my god.
Kevin Hart's.
Oh my god.
What is it called? What's the special call? Is it like zero fucks given or I don't give a fuck?
Yeah,
something
zero
like that?
fucks or no fucks given. One of them two,
something like that.
I think zero.
Yeah. So we're gonna give a little review on this. Book called me last night. He was like, "Did you watch it?" I was like, "That's funny because I'm currently watching this shit right now. Like this is what I'm watching." So first off, I guess what's your opinion of it, man? How you felt about it?
All right, so I'm gonna get into it just so I can lay the foundation for why my answer is my answer. Mm-hmm. During the stand-up itself, he says, my wife told me to get back to me. You know what I mean? Get back to what makes me makes me happy. And you know what, people? Stand-up makes me happy. Mm-hmm. I think what you meant to say is that you're on your Will Smith. The pursuit of happiness. Because I didn't feel happy, or the happy that you say you feel, watching and listening to the material that you put in front of me. So I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all.
The whole
I might have gave that nigga a little chuckle. You know how in the first one, Seriously Funny? Was it Seriously Funny? Yeah. No, I'm a Grown Little Man. His first one. When he was talking about the thugs and shit, the gangsters, when they want to laugh and shit. You ain't just funny. Yeah, I felt like one of those. That's how I felt. It all came around full circle for me. I didn't really laugh, until his last joke. When he said he was in the hospital and you got an ass wiper? You got somebody to wipe your ass. I was in my room crying when he was talking about, yeah, okay, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? That shit was hilarious to me. And I don't know, man. Like, other than that, it was cool, but I expected more, especially with you being gone for so long. And I would have figured that, the shit that you could have touched on a little bit more, or you could have went more in depth, man. I just didn't feel it, man. It's just been going, I'm a grown little man. Set the bar. Then he eclipsed it. Was seriously funny. And then what was the next one after? He had a couple, like maybe one more after that. And then I'll give him the one where he said they was watching a scary movie and his dad came and all of that. I think he did that one in the Philadelphia Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And I think his date was she was in a wheelchair or something like that.
I don't remember.
It was about the raccoon and he was throwing up gangs or some shit. I don't know. It was one of those, you know what I mean? I liked that one. But after that, I didn't really. He been going downhill for me, man. He been getting less and less funny. The celebrity don't kicked in and set in on this nigga, bro. Like, I don't know. I didn't enjoy it, man.
Damn. I got a little different.
So out of 10, I give him 6.5.
6.5 out of 10?
Yeah.
That's respectable. I mean,
yeah, it's not like
awful.
A waste of time. I mean, it's Kevin Hart. You know what I'm saying? Like, your celebrity get you 5 points by itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's one of those, like, it's not like you shouldn't watch it at all. You know what I'm saying? It's just for me to laugh, I didn't get it. You know what I mean? Like, it just wasn't hitting the way I was expecting it to hit. And even when I was watching the trailer, I was like, I don't know if that material gonna get it for me. You know what I'm saying? But maybe this is just him building the house. Maybe you about to put the roof on that motherfucker and blow it off once I hear the joke in totality. I didn't get one of those.
I think that I'm a little different from you. I do agree that the beginning was a little slow.
Bruh.
It was a little slow. I found myself looking at the phone every now and then. But I got a little chuckle every now and then, you know what I'm talking about? I think that it gradually got funnier as it progressed, though. To me, it was like, at first I was like, I'm not laughing at all, but it was like, okay. And then, then you got 2 laughs right there. And then by the end, I was rolling. You know what I'm talking about? So I thought it was a good progression of it's almost like he paced out the funny, like, let me leave on a very, very high. But even like the brick oven thing, I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was funny when he talked about going to Seinfeld house and he's talking about bok or whatever, brick oven pizza. I thought that shit was funny. You know what I'm talking about? So I think it was slow. I think he just built his laughs throughout the whole thing, and it gradually got funnier and funnier. And then the end was just so funny. Like, I wish you wanted the end to be like the whole way through.
The whole thing.
Yeah. That's how it used to be. Yeah.
I'd have got up out my bed and get a nigga standing ovation. You know what I'm saying? That shit, I was crying. Like, when I said I had tears in my, okay. Don't you worry, Kevin. I'm gonna wipe your ass. I'm gonna wipe it real good. Like, nigga.
That shit was hilarious right there, man. So I wasn't mad at it, because when I look back on it and to give an honest review, I'm like, well, it paced itself. Like, he was like, I'm gonna give you a little bit here and then a little bit. It's just like a slow burn, basically. I mean, I'm not mad. I was happy to see him up there. And then some of the jokes that he told, like he said something about the paraplegic people. That was like, he was like, man, maybe I should cut that off. I was like,
yeah, they're gonna be outside, but they ain't gonna hold up the sign too long.
Yeah. It's funny. You know what I'm talking about?
It was my joke.
It's funny. So
I'll give him a 7. Let me give him a 7 because I'll be favorable. I'll give him, I don't know, man, 6.5 seems fair, so maybe a 6.75, 6 3/4. I don't know.
I understand, because you used
6.5 to 7. It don't eclipse 7 for me, and it's not less than 6.5. So even if you want to give them 6.5, 6.6, whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's my range. What I did enjoy, like you said, they weren't consecutive laughs for me.
Yeah.
They were really spaced out. When he was talking about his celebrity, how he didn't announce that he had the vid because Tom Hanks had at the same time.
Yeah.
He's a realist. Nobody think about you, little nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Tom Hanks got the vid. Castaway got the vid. Forrest Gump, like he said, got the vid. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you're not. You understand where you are. You know what I'm saying? Y'all both A-list, but he A++. You A+. So he talked about that, but that tied into his school, the private school shit. Talking about how they want him to be a greeter. I thought that shit was funny. I did think the Walmart part was funny with the greeter talking about nigga was like, okay, yeah, get you some stuff. We on the road back, and then boom, walked out the fucking way. You know what I'm saying? Like how he did that whole engagement. I like that one. So that was one of my laughs. When he was talking about how his kids are spoiled.
You can't give up the whole special. You can't give up the whole special to these people, man. But I understand what you're saying. People gonna be mad. Spoiler alert! I need to put that shit on the screen.
Well, they should have watched it. It came out on the 17th. You got plenty of time. Today is the 21st. So what we talking about? Tomorrow's 22nd. If you ain't watched it in 5 days on a Netflix special, it's only an hour. I'm quite certain that you should have watched it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's gonna be in the description, so you gonna know. You know what I'm talking about? But it's fuck you, nigga. You should know what I'm talking about right now. So anyway, talking about his daughter a hoe. You know what I'm talking about? I thought that was funny as shit. He's like, yeah, I called one of my old hoes. Is this how? Yeah, that's how I started. Like, I thought that was funny. The butter in the popcorn bucket.
Oh,
talking about, I looked right at my daughter and she didn't budge. She didn't say nothing. All right, then you made me proud. You know what I'm saying?
He said, my son said, yeah, Dad, you got to get that extra large popcorn.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It was funny. It was spaced out. I think he does the best that a lot of people.
He closes very well. He closes phenomenally.
Closes great, but what he does that people don't understand a lot is he takes care of every audience. Some of those little dry jokes that he makes is not for us. It's for his other audience.
Yeah.
So what he does is he has a good balance of hitting everybody. Like, okay, he's spacing it out. You didn't laugh at that joke, but white counterpart.
Somebody else did, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like he going back and forth. It's like somebody like, okay, I'm gonna hit you over here, then I'm gonna go over here and hit you. It's like I respect it because I see what he's doing. And then I'll watch some white comics. All the stuff ain't funny that he be doing, but because I don't like some of the white comics how they do stuff, but I understand that's what he's doing, and then he gets back to us. So I can respect that. You big enough, you have a big enough audience, so I'll wait till you get back to me. So I respect it. You know what I'm saying? So he
might open up my mind right there.
Exactly. So
I don't give a fuck. Don't change the grade.
It's cool. As far as
that makes sense. That makes sense. That does make sense. I'll keep that in mind for the next time because I can't put myself in that frame of mind now that I've already seen it. You've educated me now, so going forward, I might be able to. Okay, you know what? I won't judge you on that because that's not for me. You know what I'm saying?
That joke
come to me. I'll grade you on what it is that you say to me. You know what I'm saying? That makes me laugh.
And sometimes he comes back and if you look at him, sometimes he'll come back and it's almost like he does the same joke twice, but he'll diggerize the joke. Like sometimes he'll go by, he'll say the joke whitish, get them the little chuckle laugh, and you looking like the white people like, what's that funny about? And then he'll come back, kind of it's the same, but it's the same thing, but he says it different so we can get it. So I understand it. So I respect the art of Kevin Hart because a lot of people just like, oh, nah, that nigga ain't funny. But come on, you laughed at some shit throughout the thing. It just everything wasn't for you. You weren't the audience, the attended audience at that point. So
what was the TSA joke for? That shit was funny. The TSA joke. That was hilarious.
Something
called Life with Your Mom. I thought that whole shit right there, that was beautifully executed. I'm not gonna lie. That was one of the ones flawlessly executed. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, he was building. And then when he got to the TSA, that was for me. You know what I'm saying? Because the lead up, I wasn't like, I was with him, but it wasn't like, But when he did that, she said, I can't bring my Duffy. What the fuck? A Duffy, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought how that all was funny. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, it's called TSS. It's called security.
You know what I'm saying?
I guess when you on the PJs, you know what I'm saying? You got the Hart Foundation airplane, the G5 or G6, whatever's out there now. You ain't got to worry about that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Life of luxury. You flying a coach, bitch. Yeah.
But see, when I'm talking about it, he do two different versions of the same joke, like that brick oven pizza. He gave you the Seinfeld version,
Seinfeld one,
and then that's funny. Some of us can find it funny, but then the white people really get that part, and then he bring you to, I did it at my own house, and then so that's us. Like, nigga, hell nah. Like he gives you two versions.
It's outside. I'm not going outside.
It's really, if you think of it in that way, that like, his audience is so big, he has to do that because they're not gonna get everything. So I understand what he's doing. Sometimes we a little, if you ain't making us laugh the whole time, we ain't fucking with it. But this shit funny. This shit was funny.
Excited. Yeah, I got you.
For what he does, and to me, I think he did a good job of blending both audiences together. I'm gonna give him a solid B+. So I give by 8.5, somewhere around there. It's not the best thing he's ever done, but it wasn't the worst. And I enjoyed myself throughout the whole thing. Slow pace. Gave you some time, set up some jokes. Like I said, he did his thing. I was laughing, so I can't say like I wasn't laughing. This shit was funny. Yeah. Well, especially when you think back about some of the jokes, you be like, okay, I forgot about that. So I give him 8.5. Shout out to Kevin Hart.
Shout out to you. I know you're getting your feet wet. Keep it going. You know what I'm saying?
I think if he actually told people that, because sometimes especially us, we just like, niggas, you funny or not. I think if he told us like, yo, or somebody came out and said, yo, my audience is huge. Y'all niggas ain't the only ones watching me. I can't just do jokes strictly for y'all. Yeah. Dave Chappelle is a little different because he doesn't worry about if you get it or not. He's just gonna say what he feels like
and move on.
He says it so smart. He talks to us, but he says it in plain enough English that anybody can get it. So, and then it makes you think like, aha, he get that aha moment. And then he's like, that shit is funny. So it's different kind of comedy. Like Chris Rock don't give a damn. He gonna be black all the time. So it's different. Everybody, like Cat Williams gonna be black all the time. He don't care if white people get it. He gonna be black all the time. So it's just a different thing. I think for Kevin Hart to be as successful as he is, he understands that I need to have jokes for everybody to get it. Or I need to have jokes that is broad enough for everybody. So I don't want to leave nobody out. And I think that's why it would lead to his success. And I can appreciate it. So that's how I feel. 8.5 for me. I'll leave it at that. Shout out to Kevin Hart. We want to see you keep on succeeding, regardless of how we feel about your comedy stand-up. You say you don't give a fuck anyway, so hey, it don't matter what I said. We'll be graded. You say 0 fucks given, nigga. So fuck it. Moving on. Let's go on to another nigga that don't give a fuck. Gucci Mane versus Jeezy in the Verzuz battle that happened 2 nights ago. Yeah.
Bro. Boy, you couldn't cut that tension with a machete. Man, damn.
I ain't never been nervous for something I'm watching at my own goddamn house. I'm hundreds of miles away. And I'm like, God, please don't let these niggas start shooting at each other. How the Instagram camera was angled, it looked like Gucci had 500 niggas on his side.
He sure did. It looked deep in there for him, boy. Like,
yeah. But if you looked at Apple, because I looked on YouTube and some people were streaming it through Apple, you can see Jeezy had by just the same amount of people on his side. Okay. So it was a balanced affair. Why? I give my opinion first. Who I thought won the battle, as far as music wise, because that's what all this is about. With the music, it's about the music. I think Jeezy won that thing, hands down. I give it to Jeezy. Shout out to Jeezy. But also, I want to shout out Gucci Man because I didn't think he was gonna stand on the diss track as hard as he stood on that damn diss track, and it wasn't just playing the diss track. He told him to dig up like that was like, God damn, we ain't got to get that
He
disrespectful.
performed the whole song, the entire track. That nigga performed the entirety of the record.
Yeah,
and then, like you said, like Jeezy, how he did his, like, look, man. Now I told you if I couldn't play the truth, I wasn't doing it. Like, man, I thought it was about to turn left right there. It started off crazy, France. The nigga created a new record. This is round one.
Yeah.
Jeezy even said, I haven't heard that one. I haven't heard that. Yeah, nigga, new. You know what I'm talking about? Like, nigga, that's the first time in life that in all of the verses, somebody has created a record and used it, not as an opening, I'm talking about as a record against whatever you about to play. Nigga, the first point went to Jeezy for me. Like, nigga, that's original. I mean, not Jeezy, it went to Gucci. You know what I'm saying? That's originality. LaFleur right there. You know what I'm talking about? No, I was nervous. At times it was unsettling because I'm like, nigga, I hope that shit don't get real in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just looked like one of them type situations. And, you know, their energy was like, I don't give a fuck about you. Nigga, I don't give a fuck about you. You better pray that I make it through my 20. That's how it felt to me. You know what I'm saying?
They played way more than 20.
Yeah, they was there. Bro, I was like,
I'm just happy. This is the one that I don't care literally who won. I watched that whole versus battle for that last 5 minutes of the versus battle. That's all I cared about. I wanted to see them piece it up. I love how Gucci said, you extended the olive branch. I accepted it, and it's all love. That's all I wanted to hear.
And 2015, like, God damn, Gucci just let him get them, like, you could tell, like, they gave no leeway to either party, like you said.
I don't care who you say won, who you say won. Me personally, my music preference, I'm Jeezy. I like Jeezy. This was
the culture won at the end of the day. The culture,
exactly.
You know what I mean?
And I hope that young kids, young adults, people in the street, stuff like that, could understand you could be more mature. Like, yo, this shit ain't got to stop you. Like, for Jeezy to sit in that room is big, and for Gucci to sit in that room, if you know the history, is huge.
Boy, that history is.
And for them to do that, it's like, yo, if they could get over the shit, anybody can get over the little petty beefs you got.
Years of real shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking lost lives of your homies, setting out hits. Like, it was severe. And I mean, some of you younger artists now, man, y'all beef for 15 days and want to kill somebody. Like, what is y'all doing, man? What is you doing? I just met you 15 minutes ago. Now you want to take my life. Like, what is you doing? Be wise, man. Don't throw away your life. There's so much that you can gain from it. Go through the experience. Be mature. Be grown. You know what I mean? It's not that serious, man. Ain't nothing that serious. If it's about money, there's enough money in the world. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, if you can't pop in the US, go somewhere else. Go abroad. You know what I'm talking about? Go to China. Like, do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's other ways you can get to the paper legally. You know what I mean? So come on, man. It's never that serious, man. But, you know, a lot of it is ego also. You know what I'm saying?
Mostly all of it is that.
A lot of it is just ego, man. Like, you can't stand somebody saying, well, nah, you ain't as hot as somebody else. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. That don't stop my money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't. Am I still getting paid? I don't have to be the biggest artist. I'm an artist nonetheless. So, man, come on, dog. Like, and if you're not the biggest, that should motivate you to go harder, not take somebody off the books altogether. Come on, man. Like, y'all gotta get it together, man. It's a lot of this is just fucking jealousy and egos, and it's pointless, man. It ain't worth it. Not worth it. You know what I'm saying? But truly, man, I want to commend Young Jeezy and Gucci for Big Snow Cone.
Oh, while we my bad. While we congratulating people, I have to congratulate both DJs. Like, especially Jeezy DJ, because Jeezy was trying to be kind of peaceful, but his DJ was like, man, fuck you, man. You know, he was getting off like, that's Big Snow, nigga. Like, he was getting off, like, he had me hyped. You know what I'm talking about? So, and shout out to Gucci DJ, because he was like, hey, Guap, they been waiting to play that. You know what I'm talking about? When he played.
He knew it though, because he couldn't say nothing.
I'm the these streets. He was like, Big Guap, when he stood on the chair.
They've been waiting to play that one. They've been waiting to play that. Because he liked it too. And you know what I be doing, man? Like, I look like, you see Jeezy over there tapping his foot. You know what I'm talking about? Even though he ice grilling, like he tapping his foot to some of the stuff Gucci playing. I'm looking at Gucci Man's.
He's dancing at some of the shit.
Yeah, I'm looking at Gucci Man's crew. And I'm like, nigga, who over there gonna deny this? You know what I'm talking about? Everybody over there Stone Cold Killer. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you, nigga. I'm here with Gucci. Nigga, y'all know y'all was listening to this too, bro. It resonated throughout the world, not just in Atlanta, nigga. Like, you can't avoid that. You trying to tell me you in your car and that song come on, you just flip the stage? Like, come on, bro. Nah, you listening to it. You might turn it down low just so only you can hear it, but you listening to it, bro. Like, there's some songs like you can't ignore, man. You can't ignore. But I do need to say this. Jeezy, if you need a teleprompter like Gladys Knight and Patti LaBelle, please say you do, bro, because it looked like you didn't know none of your goddamn lyrics. He was lost.
Who? Jeezy or Gucci? Because Gucci didn't know nothing.
Jeezy was lost. Gucci knew all his shit.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Especially that first song that he just made up. He didn't know none of them words. Gucci didn't know nothing.
That's fresh, bro. Gucci knew more of his own lyrics than Jeezy did.
I don't think so, man. I think Gucci didn't know nothing, man.
Nah, man. I thought Gucci knew his, but Jeezy didn't know his. He would be like, yeah. Yeah, and then tell you like, nigga knew his ad libs. You know what I'm talking about? That's it. But Big Snow, yeah, bro, you gotta do a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. I would love to see. I want to see T.I. jump back up in there. I mean, not T.I. I want to see Luda. I want to see Luda and T.I. go head to head.
Nah, Luda already went.
I don't care. That nigga got Mo. He got Mo dirty. You know what I'm talking about?
Nah, it's too late.
You went up against Nelly, man. That ain't no fair. I need you to go against somebody who T.I. feel, you know what I'm saying, will give him a run for his money, because Luda didn't really tap into everything. You know what I'm saying? So
it's too late now.
Now you can go again.
Nah, they said they had a flyer. I heard on Joe Budden podcast. Excuse me, Joe Budden podcast. He said there was a flyer for T.I. versus Lil Wayne.
Oh, man, please. All right.
They said that flyer came out and that people was looking at that like that might be a potential battle.
I don't like that. I don't like that one.
All I know is T.I. it's gonna be a long night for you, that Bill.
Who that said they gonna beat Lil Wayne? No, you T.I. you ain't beating him, bro. That nigga might beat you on all 20. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. If that nigga play it, for me, that's a point. Make him feel the Escalade, put his feet in the blade. If he play that, that's a point. And he only gotta play that part.
Who gotta go first?
That's Birdman Jr.
T.I. gotta go first. If he go against Lil Wayne, he gotta concede that.
You gotta understand, bro. You not why they here. You know what I'm saying? And that's a fact. I don't care if Lil Wayne went up against Lil Dougie. You know what I'm talking about? Like Lil Dicky. I'm sorry. Nigga, we know who we here for. You know what I'm saying? Everybody tuned in to watch Lil Wayne. Speaking of Lil Wayne, I want to say, man, on that joint, what was that last album he came out with? With
Shoot, I got
Mahogany
it in
on it.
here.
Whatever that joint is, right? His last actual album. I like Bing James, man. But I don't like his part. I like J Rock. J Rock come on that bug snapping, bro. Motion picture shit. 40 with my dog, that shit right there. Yo. Oh man. All we know is gang gang. Shit. Boy. You don't get no ambulance ride. All we know is hearses. You don't get no ambulance ride. Boy, that nigga J Rock was snapping on that bitch. I said, God, take Lil Wayne off, nigga. Just give me three verses of that, or give me 2 verses of that shit. Package that up, bottle it, and ship it out. Yeah, I like J Rock, man. I like the way that he attacks, records, man. You know what I'm saying? And
J-Rock
I
dope.
think you being on a record with Lil Wayne, you got to come hard. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't Eminem renegade him, but when I listen to the verses, I prefer his over Wayne's just because Wayne was on the auto tune and all that shit. Like I told you, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? But I love that record, man. That's on my gym playlist. Yep. Man, that's shit hard.
Well,
but no, T.I., you ain't got no chance.
Shout out to them. Before we get out of here, I want everybody to go out and check out what's his nigga name? I posted in the group me yesterday. He sampled Kirk Franklin, Melodies from Heaven, and everybody going mad at Kirk Franklin. The hook,
clear.
huh? Yeah, he had to clear it. Yeah. The hook sound hard. Luke Nasty. It's called Rain. He sampled that part. Rain down on me, but it's a strip club song like Rain Money Down. That's what he's saying. The shit hard. The hook hard. Don't get me wrong. The verse is trash. Shout out to Luke Nasty. Get somebody else on the hooks. I mean, on the verses. But you got the hook and the beat down. Like my nigga, get Lil Wayne on the verse. Get like 2 Chainz on the verse, and your song is done, player. Like, but take yourself off of that bitch. Like the shit is hard though. And everybody was going mad at Kirk Franklin. Everybody's going bad at Kirk Franklin for letting them sample that shit. Because Melodies from Heaven is that's my song right there. I'm about to listen to that shit while I'm editing this podcast in a second, just because that shit hard. But I'm just saying, man, leave Kirk Franklin fucking alone, man. Kirk Franklin doing this thing. He letting a young nigga eat. Stop being a hater. That's all I want to say, man. Before we get up out of here, Book. Make sure you listen to that Rain by Luke Nasty.
All right, it's on the docket. It's on the docket.
But you say you don't like that auto tune, you gonna hate the verses. Them verses is auto tuned out. Them things is garbage. I mean, the verse so trash. Like I was hyped when it came on. I was like, they put the beat to it. I was like, oh shit! And then the verse came. I was like, oh no, turn this shit off. But yeah, at least you gonna like the chorus.
All right, bet.
Anything you want to tell the people before we get up out of here, man?
No, man. I just signed up at the gym. Because the gym downstairs is ass. You know what I'm saying? Like double ass. It's what's our religion?
Adonatology.
Adonatology, yeah. It's all up it's reverberating all throughout the first floor of this building, which is the gym. That shit is ass. Okay. So I had to sign up right across the street, 10-minute walk, which is a good warm up and a cool down. But yeah, I paid some money to go up in there, so I got to make the most of it. But it got to the point, man. I've been on this quarantine body too long, man. I got to get back. You know what I'm talking about? I gotta get back to back to life, back to reality. So, speaking of which, back to life, back to reality. It brought something up that I wanted to say. Y'all make sure that y'all check out that Fresh Prince reunion. Okay.
Man, I forgot to talk about that, man.
Yeah, we got a little bit of time.
Yeah, real quick. I saw that too. I watched it.
Yeah, I caught it on YouTube and I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. I would be lying and remiss to say that I didn't tear up when they started talking about James Avery as well. And though I've heard the story before from Will Smith about, the favorite scene that I got, which is also his favorite scene, How come you don't want me, man? I cry every time, and I'm glad that the new Aunt Viv, I forget her name. I don't light skin Aunt Viv. She said I cry every time I see that one too. I felt so much better. But it was beautiful hearing the stories of how they grew. It gave me a newfound respect for them as a cast in general. Like I've always admired them. I thoroughly enjoy the show. It damn near made me want to rate them above Martin. It like listening to that, it was close, Franz, but just how they talked about how, you know, what they had to go through. You know, it was a lot, man. You know, I just shit like that sways me for real. You know what I mean? It moves me in a different way. It doesn't mean that you're a better show. It just made me feel as though like, damn, bro, like I didn't know it was like that. You know, in the outtakes, shit, Carlton, but they was talking about, man, it was his favorite scene that you did. Like, Hillary was like, yeah, it was a scene where you literally broke the fourth wall, and I was like, what are they talking about? And that nigga, no, and it ran around, and then he was like, how did you do that? And that nigga hit the floor and like just, nigga, I remember that shit 5 times, France, and I laughed the same amount and as hard as I did the first time. From 1 to 5, I was like, yo, that shit is hilarious. I was like, how did that nigga do that shit? But yo, man, if y'all haven't seen it, man, for real, go check that out. It was dope, man. Like you said, the only thing that was missing was Uncle Phil, but I mean, other than that, man, it was great, you know, seeing the OG Aunt Viv, you know, her talk about what was going on in her life, and you know, they had real beef also. You know what I'm saying? And I hate that, you know, honestly, it ended her career in show business the way it did, but just seeing them, you know, work that out 27, 30 years later, like, they say time heals all wounds, people. It's just, I don't know how much time your wound will take. You know what I mean? So you just got to be willing. But I just thought that was a great reunion that I saw, man. One of the best ones that I've seen. So
it was definitely dope, man. The only part I wish that they showed was, I guess I'm only curious about how dark skinned Aunt Viv felt about James Avery. I kind of wanted to see how she felt about him, because she held a grudge against Will, but she never said anything else about anybody else. So I kind of wanted to know how she felt about James Avery, or at least just to hear her pay her respects to James Avery. You know what I'm talking about? I just kind of wanted to hear something about that. But other than that, I thought it was great. You know what I'm talking about? Great show. Thought it was good. So book covered everything with that one. People, make sure, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. Also, there are, when you go to Subway, don't go at night. Some of these Subway workers are real tired. They're overworked. I don't know if you saw the video about the Subway worker making a sandwich and falling asleep on this nigga cold cut sandwich. Don't worry, I will put it in here so people can see it. As you see, the lady's tired. So let's give our Subway workers a break. You don't need no sandwich at 2:00 in the morning, man. Go ahead home.
They 24 hours out there.
Yeah, I know it. It don't make no sense. Let this lady get a job. Let this lady get some sleep. At a book, I will send you the video, and it'll be slightly hilarious to see you how this lady fall asleep on this damn sandwich. Yo, but until next time, man, it's been MVP. Peace.
Pray for me. Pray for book. Do everything I can.